What's up, YouTube? My name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka What Kind of Snatch You Want, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title of the thumbnail in my video, this is my WWE Clash in Paris review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning or towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel. Make sure you guys follow my social media down below in the description, and let's get started. Now, WWE Clash in Paris was a decent show for what it was. WWE Clash in Paris was live from Nanterre, France, Paris, La Défense Arena. Commentary tonight with Michael Cole and Ray Barrett. WWE Clash in Paris kicks off with the real shot of the Eiffel Tower as Michael Cole welcomes us to the show. We see the tifo of the French colors, the blue, white, and red making up the flag. We cut to Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight, and Seth Rollins are all in the arena. Seth Rollins is with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. The cameraman cuts to Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch walking out of an elevator. The camera cuts to her opponent Nikki Bella. We see Logan Paul getting out of his SUV and entering the arena, and a video hyping up the show airs. Back in the arena, the stage has a new look of the Eiffel Tower in the middle as pyro goes off, and we start the show. The fans are making noise, and Bronson Reed's music hits, and now he comes with Paul Heyman. The fans boo loudly as he walks down to the ring. The fans chant OTC, and Roman Reigns' music hits with the fans all pointing to the sky. Out comes Roman Reigns wearing two Eula Falls. Michael Cole mentions that he is wearing them out of respect to his father and Uncle Sika and Alpha and the Wild Samoans. So we get the first match. So we get Roman Reigns versus Bronson. So we get Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, versus Bronson Reed, the Tribal Thief, accompanied by Paul Heyman. And this match right here, this was a good match. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm glad that Roman Reigns won. The bell rings. We are on the way. The fans chant OTC, and Bronson Reed raise his finger in the air as the fans boo. The fans chant Roman Reigns, and begin chanting, F Bronson Reed. And Roman Reigns gets Bronson Reed in a headlock, and Bronson Reed throws him to the ropes. Bronson Reed with a shoulder tackle, but Roman Reigns stays on his feet. Roman Reigns to the ropes and goes for a shoulder tackle, but Bronson Reed stays on his feet. Bronson Reed to the ropes, but Roman Reigns with a right hand, and he gets Bronson Reed in the corner, hitting him with right hands. Roman Reigns slams Bronson Reed face first onto the top turnbuckle. Roman Reigns on the second rope, and he begins by hitting Bronson Reed with their right hands, and the fans count up to 10 and French. Roman Reigns gets down, runs to the ropes, but Bronson Reed picks Roman Reigns up, but Roman Reigns lands on his feet. Roman Reigns gets Bronson Reed up on his shoulders, but Roman Reigns collapses, and Bronson Reed falls on top of Roman Reigns, throws Roman Reigns into the outside of the ring. Bronson Reed on the ring apron, and he jumps off, landing a shoulder tackle. Excuse me. Bronson Reed picks up Roman Reigns and slams him on the French announcer table. Bronson Reed grabs Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns with a right hand, and he throws Bronson Reed into the ring post. Roman Reigns clears up the English announcer table, but in comes Bronson Reed with a clothesline. Bronson Reed throws Roman Reigns back into the ring, and Bronson Reed gets in the ring. Roman Reigns with a big boot. Roman Reigns to the ropes, but Bronson Reed with a slam. He goes for the cover, but Bronson Reed kicks out. The fans chant supplement DEUX. Only a 2 count. Bronson Reed with right hands onto Roman Reigns, and the fans boo. Bronson Reed slams Roman Reigns into the turnbuckle, and Roman Reigns falls onto the mat. Bronson Reed grabs Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns with right hands. Roman Reigns to the ropes, but Bronson Reed with an elbow to the face. Bronson Reed with a chin lock, but Roman Reigns gets to his feet. But Bronson Reed with a small drop. He goes for the cover, but Roman Reigns kicks out. Excuse me. Bronson Reed grabs two pairs of sneakers from Paul Heyman and parades them in the ring. He gives them back to Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns with their right hand. Roman Reigns with another right hand, but Bronson Reed with the headbutt, and down goes Roman Reigns. Bronson Reed grabs Roman Reigns' leg, and he tries to untie Roman Reigns' shoes, but Roman Reigns kicks him away. Roman Reigns back to his feet. Bronson Reed goes for a splash in the corner, but Roman Reigns moves out of the way. Roman Reigns with the clothesline, but Bronson Reed stays on his feet. Roman Reigns with the right hand, and he clotheslines Bronson Reed to the outside of the ring. Roman Reigns to the outside of the ring, and he lands a drive-by. I'm sorry. Roman Reigns throws Bronson Reed into the ring post and the ring steps. Roman Reigns throws Bronson Reed back into the ring. Roman Reigns goes for the Superman punch, but Bronson Reed ducks and he chokeslams Roman Reigns. He lands his senton. Bronson Reed goes for the cover, but Roman Reigns kicks out. Bronson Reed lifts Roman Reigns up on his shoulders, but Roman Reigns with elbows to the face. Roman Reigns with the carpet cover, but Bronson Reed kicks out. Roman Reigns goes for the Superman punch, but Bronson Reed with the jagged edge. He goes for the cover, but Roman Reigns kicks out. Bronson Reed with a super kick, and Roman Reigns falls to the outside of the ring. Bronson Reed to the ropes, he goes for a suicide dive, but Roman Reigns with a Superman punch. Roman Reigns gets in the ring, and he hits Bronson Reed with a Superman punch. Roman Reigns goes for the cover, but Bronson Reed kicks out. Roman Reigns to his feet, and he goes for the spear, but Bronson Reed with a drop kick followed by a clothesline, and Roman Reigns falls to the outside of the ring. Bronson Reed with a suicide dive onto Roman Reigns. Bronson Reed throws Roman Reigns back into the ring. The fans chant, "This is awesome." Bronson Reed climbs to the top rope and he goes for the tsunami, but Roman Reigns moves out of the way. Bronson Reed gets to his feet and Roman Reigns goes for the spear, but Bronson Reed catches himself and he lands a sit down powerbomb. Bronson Reed goes for the cover, but Roman Reigns kicks out. Excuse me. Bronson Reed climbs the top rope, but Roman Reigns gets to his feet and he lands a right hand. Roman Reigns climbs the second rope, but Bronson Reed headbutts Roman Reigns down. Roman Reigns gets back up and he lands a Superman punch. Roman Reigns on the second rope. He lifts Bronson Reed up on his shoulders and he lands a Samoan drop. Roman Reigns with the spear. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Roman Reigns. This was a good match. Roman Reigns pins Bronson Reed and he gets the win at WWE Clash in Paris. A fun start to the show. Roman Reigns getting in the win clean, and Bronson Reed was made to look strong here. The focus has mostly been on Seth and Braun Breaker in this group, but Bronson Reed has improved a lot. Braun Breaker speared Roman Reigns after the match means this will continue WWE Clash in Paris. The fans cheer as Roman Reigns climbs to an English announcer table and points to the sky. The fans pointed to the sky, and we see Paul Heyman in the ring, checking up on Bronson Reed with Roman Reigns' pairs of shoes around his neck. Roman Reigns turns around and he gets in the ring. Paul Heyman turns around and he sees Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman tells Roman Reigns, "I love you, my tribal chief. I acknowledge you, my tribal chief." Roman Reigns tells Paul Heyman to give him the shoes, and Paul Heyman gives him both pairs as the fans cheer. Roman Reigns lifts the shoes in the air, and he grabs Paul Heyman and gets him in a guillotine. As Paul Heyman taps out, Roman Reigns lets go of Paul Heyman as his music hits. He grabs his shoes and gets back up on the announcer table. Roman Reigns grabs a pen from Michael Cole, signs the shoes, and throws them in the crowd. Roman Reigns is excited, and we see Braun Breaker climb the French announcer table, and he spears Roman Reigns through the table. We see Jelly Roll, who is in attendance, and he looks worried. WWE officials run down and break it up. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker help Paul Heyman to the back. As Roman Reigns begins to walk up the ramp, out comes Braun Breaker, who runs down and spears Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed throw Roman Reigns back into the ring, and Bronson Reed lands a tsunami on Roman Reigns. Out comes Adam Pearce and WWE officials to break it up. A stretcher is placed in the ring, and Roman Reigns is put on a stretcher. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker run back down, and Bronson Reed land another tsunami on Roman Reigns. Out comes Jey Uso, and he hits them with both super kicks. Bronson Reed gets back in the ring, and he hits Jey Uso with a spear. Security guards get in the ring, and they stop Braun Breaker as Bronson Reed climbs the turnbuckle once more and lands another tsunami onto Roman Reigns. We see Jelly Roll and Post Malone in attendance. The camera cuts to the back, and Adam Pearce is arguing with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. He tells them he wants them gone, and he ejected them both from the arena. If he smelled them in the building, he will suspend them both indefinitely without pay. Bronson Reed tells them the vision do what they want, and Adam Pearce tells him not tonight. Adam Pearce asks security to walk them out, and they leave the arena. Alright, so we get the second match. So we get the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Riot Six, accompanied by Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan and Nikki Cross. The Street Profits versus the Street Profits, accompanied by the B-Fab. And this tag team match right here, this was a fun tag team match for what it was. The bell rings, we are underway. Montez Ford is about to start the match, but Dawkins stops him, and Montez Ford looks confused. Montez Ford gets on the ring apron as Dawkins and Joe Gacy start the match. Dawkins throws Joe Gacy to the ropes, and he lands an elbow to the face. Dexter Lumis is tagged in, and Montez Ford with a stiff tag, and he is tagged into the ring. Dexter Lumis to the ropes, and Montez Ford with a drop kick. Montez Ford throws Dexter Lumis to the ropes, and he lands a clothesline. Dawkins and Joe Gacy get in the ring as the Street Profits double team Joe Gacy. B-Fab get in the ring and tries to get them on the same page. Montez Ford with a splash onto Dexter Lumis on the outside. He throws him back into the ring, but Joe Gacy grabs him and throws him to the outside. Joe Gacy throws Montez Ford back into the ring, and Joe Gacy is tagged in. Joe Gacy with right hands, and Dexter Lumis is tagged in as they double team Montez Ford. Dexter Lumis goes for the cover, but Montez Ford kicks out. Dexter Lumis gets Montez Ford in the corner, and Joe Gacy is tagged in. Joe Gacy slams Montez Ford back into the corner, and Dexter Lumis is tagged in, and they double team Montez Ford. Dexter Lumis with a body slam followed by a leg drop. He goes for the cover, but Montez Ford kicks out. Montez Ford is back in the corner as Joe Gacy is tagged in, and they double team Montez Ford. Joe Gacy with an elbow, he goes for the cover, but Montez Ford kicks out. He throws Montez Ford back into the corner, and Dexter Lumis is tagged in. He hits Montez Ford with right hands, and Joe Gacy is tagged back in. Montez Ford throws Dexter Lumis over the top rope and to the outside. Joe Gacy throws Montez Ford onto the ring apron. Joe Gacy on the ring apron, and he goes for a suplex, but Montez Ford blocks it. Montez Ford lands a suplex on the ring apron, and Joe Gacy falls to the outside of the ring. Dawkins is tagged in, and he lands a senton over the top rope onto Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. He throws Joe Gacy back into the ring, and Dawkins to the ropes. He lands a spinning elbow to the face. In comes Dexter Lumis, but Dawkins with a flapjack. Dawkins with a kick onto the side of the head onto Joe Gacy. Dawkins with a twisted neckbreaker, and Dawkins climbs to the top rope. Dawkins with a swanton. He goes for the cover, but Joe Gacy kicks out. Joe Gacy kicks out. Dawkins grabs Joe Gacy, but Joe Gacy with a right hand, and Dexter Lumis is tagged in. They double team Dawkins. Dexter Lumis goes for the cover, but Dawkins kicks out. Dexter Lumis goes for a suplex, but Dawkins lands on his feet, and Montez Ford is tagged in. They double team Dexter Lumis as Montez Ford goes for the cover, but Dexter Lumis kicks out. Montez Ford climbs the top rope, and Joe Gacy trips Dawkins off the ring apron, and Dexter Lumis trips Montez Ford on the top rope. Dexter Lumis on the second rope, but Montez Ford pushes him down. Joe Gacy is tagged in. He climbs the second rope. Joe Gacy goes for a suplex, but Dawkins tags himself in. Dawkins gets Joe Gacy on the shoulders, and Montez Ford on the top rope. The Street Profits with the blockbuster. Dawkins goes for the cover, but Dexter Lumis breaks it up. Dexter Lumis with a super kick onto Montez Ford. Dawkins with their right hand onto Joe Gacy, and Joe Gacy rolls Dawkins up, but Dawkins kicks out. Joe Gacy to the ropes, but Dawkins with a spine buster. Montez Ford tags in, and he goes for a false splash, but Joe Gacy moves out of the way. Dexter Lumis is tagged in, and they double team Montez Ford. Dexter Lumis goes for the cover, but Dawkins suplexes Joe Gacy onto Dexter Lumis to break up the cover. Joe Gacy with the clothesline onto Dawkins. He goes for the moonsault, but Dawkins moves out of the way. Dawkins and Joe Gacy to the outside of the ring, and Dawkins shoulder tackles Joe Gacy into the barricade. Eric Rowan distracts Dawkins, and Dexter Lumis throws Dawkins over the barricade. Montez Ford with a senton over the turnbuckle onto Eric Rowan and Dexter Lumis. Montez Ford throws Dexter Lumis back into the ring, and Nikki Cross grabs Montez Ford's leg. Uncle Howdy with Sister Abigail. Dexter Loomis distracts the referee, and Dexter Loomis throws Montez Ford back into the ring. He tags Joe Gacy back into the ring, and they land a suplex into a sit-down powerbomb, which Michael Cole calls the plug. The Plagu. Joe Gacy goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner and still your WWE Tag Team Champions, the Y6. Now I believe that WWE is teasing Dog is going to turn on Montez Ford, but we don't know. The Y6 defeated the Street Profits to retain the WWE Tag Team titles at WWE Clash in Paris. Not a fan of the Riot 6 while this wasn't a bad match. The most interesting part were the tags between Montez Ford and Dawkins at the start, which is I agree with that. They have planted the seeds of them splitting as the tag team. Hashtag WWE Clash in Paris. So we get the next match. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. And this match right here, this match was okay for what it was. The bell rings, we are underway. Nikki Bella throws Becky Lynch to the outside of the ring. She grabs Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch throws her into the ring steps and into the barricade. Becky Lynch throws Nikki Bella back into the ring, and she climbs the top rope. Becky Lynch with a leg drop. She goes for the cover, but Nikki Bella kicks out. The fans chant Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch with a suplex. She grabs Nikki Bella, but Nikki Bella with right hands. She throws Becky Lynch to the ropes, but Becky Lynch with a clothesline. She goes for the cover, but Nikki Bella kicks out. She grabs Nikki Bella, but Nikki Bella backs her into the corner. She grabs Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch with a big boot to the face. Becky Lynch goes for a kick to the face, but Nikki Bella blocks it, and she hits Becky Lynch with a right hand. Both women with right hands, but Becky Lynch with an uppercut. Becky Lynch to the ropes, and Nikki Bella with a clothesline follows by a dropkick. Becky Lynch rolls to the outside of the ring, and Nikki Bella lands a baseball slide. Nikki Bella slams Becky Lynch face first onto the announcer table on the outside of the ring. Nikki Bella throws Becky Lynch back into the ring and into the corner. Nikki Bella with a clothesline. Nikki Bella climbs the second rope and jumps off going for a spinning dropkick, but Becky Lynch moves away. Becky Lynch grabs Nikki Bella, but Nikki Bella with right hand. She lifts Becky Lynch up onto her shoulders, but Becky Lynch lands on her feet. She slams Nikki Bella down. Becky Lynch goes for the cover, but Nikki Bella kicks out. Becky Lynch grabs Nikki Bella, but Nikki Bella with a knee to the face. Nikki Bella with their right hand, and Nikki Bella climbed the top rope, but Becky Lynch with their right hand. Becky Lynch with a headbutt, and she lands a superplex. Becky Lynch goes for the cover, but Nikki Bella kicks out. Becky Lynch with an armbar, but Nikki Bella reverses it into a cover, but Becky Lynch kicks out. Nikki Bella lifts Becky Lynch onto her shoulders, and she lands in an electric chair. Nikki Bella with a spine buster. She goes for the cover, but Becky Lynch kicks out. Becky Lynch rolls onto the ring apron, and she hangs Nikki Bella up on the top rope, followed by a kick to the face. Becky Lynch climbs the top rope, and she goes for a leg drop. Nikki Bella moves out of the way. Becky Lynch lands on her feet. Nikki Bella slams Becky Lynch face first, and she gets Becky Lynch in the fearless lock, but Becky Lynch gets to the bottom rope. Becky Lynch rolls to the outside of the ring, and Nikki Bella grabs her, but Becky Lynch throws her into the ring steps. Becky Lynch grabs Nikki Bella and goes for the manhandle slam on the steps, but Nikki Bella slams Becky Lynch head first into the ring post, and Nikki Bella with the Bella Buster on the ring steps. She throws Becky Lynch back into the ring, and Nikki Bella with the manhandle slam. She goes for the cover, but Becky Lynch kicks out. Nikki Bella with the disarm her onto Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch gets out of it, and she gets a perfect cover onto Nikki Bella and gets the pin. The winner of the match and still your WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. This match was okay for what it was. Becky Lynch pins Nikki Bella to retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Hashtag WWE Clash in Paris. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad match between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella, but it just was not able to get into it. Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella try out there, but I didn't like it much. Hashtag WWE Clash in Paris. We cut to the locker room. We see Jey Uso with an ice pack on his ribs. And in comes Adam Pearce, who is asks him if he is good to go, and Jey Uso tells him he's good. Well, he is good. Adam Pearce tells him that medical, but Jey Uso says he doesn't care what medical says. He will win the World Heavyweight Championship. So we get a good old fashioned Donnybrook match. Sheamus versus Russo. This match was fantastic. This was brutal, physical, and hard hitting at the same time. This was a brawl between Sheamus and Rusev. The bell rings, we are underway. Both men with right hands and Sheamus with a takedown. Right hands by Sheamus, but Rusev with right hands. And both men fell to the outside of the ring. Sheamus pushed Rusev into the ring post, and Sheamus grabs a table. He sets it up at ringside, but Russo throws Sheamus into the ring post. Russo places another table next to another one. Russo goes for a suplex through the table, but Sheamus suplexes Russo on the outside. Sheamus throws Russo into the barricade and back into the ring. Sheamus grabs a shillelagh, but Russo hits him with a candlestick. Both men in the ring, and Russo hits Sheamus with the candlestick, and Sheamus falls onto the ring apron. Russo grabs Sheamus, and Russo with 10 beats of the battering. Russo exposed one of the turnbuckles pads, and Sheamus with a backbreaker. Sheamus grabs the candlestick, and he hits Russo with it. Sheamus to the outside, and he grabs 3 steel chairs. He gets back into the ring and goes to hit Russo with a chair, but Russo with a spinning heel kick to the face. He goes for the cover, but Sheamus kicks out. Russo hits Sheamus in the back with a steel chair. Russo places the chair in between the second and the top rope. Russo grabs a steel chair, and he goes to hit Sheamus with it, but Sheamus blocks it. Sheamus with a running knee to the face. He goes for the cover, but Russo kicks out. Russo on the ring apron, and Sheamus with the 10 beats of the battering. Russo falls to the outside of the ring. Sheamus to the outside, but Russo throws him into a bar that is set up on the outside of the ring. He grabs Sheamus, but Sheamus with a right hand, and he hits Russo with the 10 beats of the battering. Russo climbs the barricade, and Sheamus grabs the shillelagh and hits Russo with it during 10 beats of the battering. Sheamus grabs Russo, and he throws him back into the ring. Sheamus throws Russo face first into the chair that was put in the corner. Sheamus with the Celtic cross. He goes for the cover, but Russo kicks out. Sheamus goes for the bro kick, but Russo rolls to the outside of the ring. Sheamus climbs the top rope, and he jumps, but Russo hits him with the candlestick. Russo throws Sheamus into the ring steps. Russo hits Sheamus with the steel steps. Russo grabs Sheamus, and he gets him on the ring steps. He slams Sheamus through the bar on the outside of the ring. Russo throws Sheamus back into the ring. He kicks Sheamus, and he gets the accolade on Sheamus, but Sheamus gets to his feet, and he drops Russo backwards on the 2 steel chairs. Both men fall to the outside of the ring, and Sheamus throws Russo over the barricade into the timekeeper's area. Sheamus gets on the top of whiskey barrels, but Russo trips him. Russo with the accolade on Sheamus on the top of the whiskey barrel. Sheamus with elbow to the face, and Sheamus gets to his feet. Sheamus lifts Russo up, and he lands right nose off the barrel on the 2 tables. Both men get back into the ring, and Russo grabs the shillelagh, but Sheamus with the bro kick. He goes for the cover, but Russo kicks out. Both men get back to their feet, and Russo with their kick, but Sheamus with their knee to the face. Russo goes for a bro kick, but Russo with a back body drop. Russo with a kick, and he grabs the shillelagh, and he hits Sheamus across the back with it. Russo goes for the cover, but Sheamus kicks out. Russo grabs the shillelagh, and he hits the accolade on he gets the accolade in on Sheamus, and Sheamus taps out. The winner of the match, Rusev. This was a good match right here. Rusev gets the win against Sheamus as Sheamus taps out. Hashtag WWE Clash in Paris. This was a brawl. Sheamus and Rusev took a lot of his a lot of bruises, and this was enjoyable, very fun match. Hashtag WWE Clash in Paris. So we get the next match: John Cena, the greatest of all time, 17-time world champion John Cena versus Logan Paul. And this match right here, this was probably John Cena's second best match since coming back against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. But this match right here, I might as well say I'm glad John Cena won. This match right here was I might as well say this was a pretty good match right here. The bell rings, we are underway. Logan Paul with the headlock, but John Cena reverses it with a headlock of his own. Logan Paul gets out of it, and both men on their feet. A test of strength from both men, but Logan Paul with a kick onto John Cena, followed by a right hand. Logan Paul with right hands. He gets John Cena in the corner, but John Cena throws him in the corner, and he lands a splash. John Cena climbs the second rope, and he lands a right hand onto Logan Paul. John Cena goes for a monkey flip, but Logan Paul lands on his feet, and Logan Paul hits him with a big boot. Logan Paul goes for a right hand, but John Cena moves out of the way, and he lands a clothesline. John Cena with right hands, and he goes for a splash, but Logan Paul with a big boot. Logan Paul climbs the second rope, and he lands a blockbuster. Logan Paul goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul with the vertical suplex. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul with the headlock, but John Cena gets to his feet. Logan Paul with a gut wrench firebomb. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul with the European uppercut. Logan Paul puts his foot on John Cena to go for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. John Cena back to his feet, and another uppercut by Logan Paul. John Cena back to his feet as Logan Paul runs towards him, but John Cena with the right hand with a clothesline. Both men to their feet, and John Cena with a shoulder tackle followed by a slam. John Cena with the "You Can't See Me" and the five knuckle shuffle. Logan Paul back to his feet. John Cena goes for the AA, but Logan Paul gets on the ring apron, and he lands a shoulder tackle. Logan Paul with a slingshot lariat. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul climbs the top rope, and he goes for the frog splash, but John Cena gets his knees up. John Cena with the AA. He goes for the cover, but Logan Paul kicks out. John Cena goes for the AA, but Logan Paul lands on his feet, and Logan Paul with the octopus, but John Cena gets out of it. Logan Paul rolls John Cena up, but John Cena gets out of it, and he gets Logan Paul in the STF. Logan Paul makes it to the ropes, and he kicks John Cena away. John Cena with a boot to the face, and John Cena climbs the second rope. He lands a tornado DDT. He goes for the cover, but Logan Paul kicks out. John Cena gets Logan Paul up on his shoulders. He goes for the AA, but Logan Paul reverses it, slamming John Cena face first onto the mat. He goes for the cover. He goes for the right hand, but John Cena ducks. John Cena with the shoulder tackles, and he lifts Logan Paul up, and Logan Paul lands on his feet. He lands a zigzag. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul on the apron, and he goes for a slingshot, but John Cena catches him, and John Cena hit with a modified flatliner. John Cena grabs Logan Paul, but Logan Paul lands on the ring apron. John Cena grabs Logan Paul, but Logan Paul lands on the ring, and he hangs John Cena up on the top rope. Logan Paul climbs the top rope, and he lands a swanton followed by a standing moonsault. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul with an uppercut. Logan Paul goes for another one, but John Cena moves out of the way. John Cena with a double underhook slam. He goes for the cover, but Logan Paul kicks out. Both men to their feet, and John Cena with a headbutt. Logan Paul with a right hand, and John Cena with a right hand. John Cena to the ropes, but Logan Paul with a pop-up uppercut. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul to the ropes, and he lands a shoulder tackle. Logan Paul slams John Cena down onto the mat. Logan Paul with the "You Can't See Me," and Logan Paul runs to the ropes, but John Cena gets up, and he lands the AA. John Cena goes for the cover, but Logan Paul kicks out. Both men to their feet, and John Cena with a headbutt. Logan Paul with a kick, and John Cena with a headbutt, and John Cena to the ropes. But Logan Paul catches him, but John Cena with a hurricanrana. John Cena with a cold red. He goes for the cover, but Logan Paul kicks out. John Cena lifts Logan Paul up for the A, but Logan Paul grabs the ropes. Logan Paul with a right hand. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul to his feet and climbs the top rope. Logan Paul with the Paul form grace from Fall Splash. Logan Paul climbs the top rope and another. Logan Paul from Grace. He goes for the cover, but John Cena kicks out. Logan Paul gets back up and he gives him the "You Can't See Me" in the 5 knuckle shuffle. Logan Paul goes for the AA. John Cena rolls him up and lifts Logan Paul up. John Cena with the Styles Clash goes for the cover, but Logan Paul kicks out. John Cena places Logan Paul on the top rope and John Cena on the second rope. John Cena gets on Logan Paul on his shoulders, but Logan Paul elbows him down. Logan Paul with a crossbody, but John Cena rolls through and he lifts Logan Paul up. Logan Paul with the AA. Yeah, with the AA, and he lifts Logan Paul up, but Logan Paul lands on his feet, and he hits John Cena with the right hand. Logan Paul goes for another right hand. John Cena ducks, and John Cena hits him with the AA. John Cena goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, John Cena. This match was pretty good for what it was. All right, John Cena pins Logan Paul and gets the win. Thank God Logan Paul lost to John Cena. That was probably John Cena's second best match since coming back behind only his cash against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. This was a great match, which I agree. Logan Paul is a good as anyone in the ring right now. All right, let's move on. After the match, John Cena goes to Ridge to speaks with the child who he mentions in Belgium and on SmackDown. John Cena walks to his wife and gives her a kiss. He gets back in the ring to celebrate. WWE French commentator Philippe Chiriou is in the ring. He says that WWE broke the largest gate in the arena history of a singles night beating out Taylor Swift. He says the attendance for the show is 30,343. All right, let's move on. We cut backstage to Jackie Redman, who is outside with Seth Rollins' locker room. Out comes Seth Rollins and he tells them this is a terrible time with Paul Heyman in the hospital, and he has no Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins stops her and tells her he is already 2 steps ahead. He is all alone out there tonight, and everyone thinks that puts him in a devastating disadvantage. He asks her if she remembers WrestleMania and who won the main event. He says it was Roman Reigns. It was CM Punk. He says he has chosen the vision and he has never needed anyone. He is a multi-world champion. He has never needed anyone. He is the greatest performer in the industry, and he will go out and remind everyone why he is Seth freaking Rollins. He says if he can't keep the title by himself, maybe he does not deserve the champion. Alright, so we get the video package for the World Heavyweight Championship airs. Jey Uso music hits, and now he comes through the fans down the ring. Jey Uso wheels are taped up. LA Knight comes down after him, and CM Punk is after them, and Seth Rollins outlast. So we get the main event of the evening, a fatal 4-way match for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight. In my opinion, CM Punk should have won this match. But I ain't gonna lie, but this fatal 4-way right here, man, This fatal four-way was not of a bad match, but the crowd was just silent for the rest of the crowd was just silent at the end. This match was not that bad, but the crowd was just silent at the end. This was a good match, but terrible ending. All right, the bell rings were underway. Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight look at Seth Rollins, but CM Punk kicks Jey Uso in the face. Jey Uso falls to the outside of the ring. Seth Rollins rolls to the outside, and LA Knight rolls CM Punk up, but CM Punk kicks out. LA Knight and CM Punk with right hands as Seth Rollins is on the outside of the ring. LA Knight with a kick on CM Punk in the corner. Seth Rollins gets back in the ring and he hits LA Knight with an elbow to the face. Seth Rollins with a running knee to the face onto CM Punk. Jey Uso on the top rope and he lands a crossbody. He goes for the cover, but Seth Rollins kicks out. Jey Uso clotheslines Seth Rollins to the outside of the ring. Jey Uso turns around and CM Punk with a right hand. CM Punk with a chop to the chest. He slams Jey Uso face first onto the top turnbuckle. Seth Rollins grabs CM Punk to the outside and he throws him over the barricade. Seth Rollins gets in the ring and he hits Jey Uso with a running knee to the face. He turns around, but LA Knight with their right hand. Jey Uso with their right hand on Seth Rollins and LA Knight with their right hand on Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins falls to the outside of the ring. Jey Uso rolls LA Knight up from behind for the cover, but LA Knight kicks out. LA Knight to the ropes and Jey Uso with their Samoan drop. LA Knight down in the corner, but Seth Rollins hangs Jey Uso up on the top rope. Seth Rollins with their running hip attack on LA Knight. CM Punk gets on the ring apron, but Seth Rollins hits him with a right hand. CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso get to their feet, and they all attack Seth Rollins. CM Punk gets Seth Rollins in the corner, but LA Knight moves CM Punk out of the way. CM Punk grabs LA Knight and moves him out of the way. LA Knight moves CM Punk out of the way, and LA Knight moves CM Punk out of the way. CM Punk and LA Knight are face to face. They look at Jey Uso, and Jey Uso tells them they should go after Seth Rollins. CM Punk with a running knee onto Seth Rollins, and LA Knight with a running knee to Seth Rollins and Jey Uso. And Jey Uso with a running hip attack onto Seth Rollins. LA Knight tells Jey Uso and CM Punk to grab tables. All three men to the outside as they pull a table out from under the ring. LA Knight grabs Seth Rollins to the outside, and as CM Punk and Jey Uso set the table up. Jey Uso hits CM Punk with a super kick. Seth Rollins gets up and LA Knight clotheslines Seth Rollins over the barricade and to the outside. Jey Uso with a super kick onto LA Knight. Jey Uso jumps the barricade and he grabs Seth Rollins, hitting him with a right hand. Both men began to fight between the fans. Seth Rollins with their right hand, but in comes LA Knight, who hits Seth Rollins with right hands. CM Punk climbs the barricade. He jumps and lands onto LA Knight and Seth Rollins. He grabs Seth Rollins and throws him into the ring. CM Punk climbs the top rope and he lands a crossbody onto Seth Rollins. CM Punk with a swinging neck breaker. CM Punk with a running knee to the face, followed by a clothesline. Seth Rollins gets up. CM Punk goes for go to sleep, but in comes Jey Uso, who lands a super kick onto CM Punk. Jey Uso with a kick to the side of the head onto CM Punk. Jey Uso with a running hip attack onto Seth Rollins and CM Punk. In comes LA Knight, who slams Jey Uso face first onto the mat. CM Punk with a shiny wizard onto LA Knight. Seth Rollins with the pedigree onto CM Punk. He goes for the cover, but CM Punk kicks out. LA Knight gets to his feet. Seth Rollins lifts him up and he lands on a buckle bomb. And then he lands the buckle bomb. He goes for the cover, but LA Knight kicks out. Seth Rollins climbs the top rope and he lands the fall splash onto Jey Uso. He goes for the cover, but Jey Uso kicks out. Seth Rollins kicks Jey Uso in the outside. Seth Rollins kicks Jey Uso to the outside of the ring. Seth Rollins goes for a kick onto LA Knight, but LA Knight blocks it. LA Knight with right hands onto Seth Rollins, and LA Knight with a flying clothesline. LA Knight with their Russian leg sweep. In comes Jey Uso, but LA Knight with a neck breaker. In comes CM Punk, but LA Knight with a power slam. Seth Rollins gets to his feet, and LA Knight with a DDT. LA Knight climbs the second rope. He jumps up. He jumps up on the third and lands an elbow drop. LA Knight goes for the BFT onto Seth Rollins, but Jey Uso with a super kick onto LA Knight. Jey Uso climbs the top rope, but Seth Rollins gets to his feet and he jumps on the ring apron. He jumps on the top rope. Seth Rollins goes for a suplex, but Jey Uso with the headbutt, and down goes Seth Rollins. LA Knight leaps onto the top rope, but in comes CM Punk. CM Punk powerbombs LA Knight as LA Knight suplexes Jey Uso down. Suplex Jey Uso off the top rope. CM Punk goes for the cover on LA Knight, but LA Knight kicks out. CM Punk goes for the cover, but Jey Uso on Jey Uso, but Jey Uso kicks out. CM Punk and Seth Rollins are on the ring apron with a table behind them. Seth Rollins goes for a pedigree, but CM Punk lifts him up, and Seth Rollins with the right to the eyes. Seth Rollins gets back in the ring, and LA Knight hits Seth Rollins with their clothesline. LA Knight hits CM Punk from behind, and CM Punk falls through the table on the outside. Seth Rollins goes for the stomp onto LA Knight, but LA Knight moves out of the way and hits him with the BFT. He goes for the cover, but Jey Uso breaks it up. LA Knight and Jey Uso with right hands, and LA Knight throws Jey Uso to the outside of the ring. LA Knight with a baseball slide to the outside. LA Knight slams Jey Uso face first onto the announcer table. LA Knight grabs Seth Rollins and he slams him face first onto the announcer desk. LA Knight places Seth Rollins on the announcer table, and LA Knight climbs the second rope. Jey Uso gets on a ring apron, but LA Knight kicks him down. Seth Rollins climbs the top rope and goes for an elbow drop onto Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins moves out of the way, and LA Knight goes through the table. Jey Uso in the ring, and he lands a suicide dive onto Seth Rollins on the outside of the ring. Jey Uso throws Seth Rollins back into the ring. Jey Uso climbs to the top rope. He jumps. Seth Rollins does. Jey Uso lands on his feet, and Seth Rollins with a super kick. Jey Uso with a super kick. Jey Uso to the ropes. He goes for a spear, but Seth Rollins with a pedigree. He goes for the cover, but Jey Uso kicks out. Seth Rollins climbs the top rope, and he jumps. Jey Uso moves out of the way, and Seth Rollins lands on his feet, and Jey Uso with a super kick. Jey Uso with a spear. Jey Uso climbs the top rope, and he lands the Uso splash. He goes for the cover, but CM Punk kicks out. CM Punk with an elbow off the top rope to break up the cover. CM Punk lifts Jey Uso up and hits him with the GT go to sleep. He goes for the cover, but Seth Rollins with a stomp onto CM Punk. He goes for the cover, but CM Punk kicks out. Seth Rollins sends to the outside of the ring. He grabs a steel chair. Seth Rollins hits Jey Uso with a stomp on the outside of the ring. Seth Rollins hits LA Knight with a stomp. Seth Rollins grabs the chair and gets in the ring. He stands in the chair up and places CM Punk's head between the chair. Seth Rollins goes for the stomp, but CM Punk moves out of the way. CM Punk gets the GTS, and Seth Rollins bounces off the ropes. And CM Punk falls onto CM Punk's shoulders. In comes someone wearing black from behind, and she low blows CM Punk. Becky Lynch takes off the hoodie as CM Punk looks at her. Seth Rollins hits the stomp onto CM Punk on the chair. Seth Rollins goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match is still your World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Now this match right here, this was a pretty good main event, but the crowd was just silent by itself. Pretty good match, but a terrible ending. Seth Rollins pins CM Punk to retain the World Heavyweight Championship at WWE Clash in Paris. And it says not a bad main event, but the crowd was all silent for that ending. Once it was revealed that it was Becky Lynch, there was no reaction. No reaction when Seth Rollins was celebrating this Seth Rollins title reign. The Seth Rollins title reign has not been great, which is I agree with that. A fun hashtag WWE Clash in Paris show with a great crowd. Some good stuff, some stuff not as good. I don't think anyone really thought Seth Rollins was going to lose the title, and it was not great, which is I agree with that. We have gotten a lot of interference innings lately, and WWE Clash in Paris goes off the air. All right, let me get my spin what I think about WWE Clash in Paris. Now, WWE Clash in Paris was a decent show for what it was. But here's the thing that really pisses me off and got everybody upset within the wrestling community. So you mean to tell me that Stephanie McCure eliminated Lash Legend at Evolution to become the number one, to win the Women's Battle Royal, to become the number one contender for the Women's World Championship, but you won't. But Stephanie McCure doesn't have a match at Clash in Paris. Why is that? Everybody wants to see Stephanie McCure versus Io Sky for the vacay Women's World Champion. Everybody wants to see that match because that match was cooking on Monday Night Raw when Stephanie McCure got caught up to the main roster and she had a match against Io Sky. That match itself was just cooking. Now Stephanie McCure deserves to be in Clash in Paris. But it is what it is. But WWE is trying to do Stephanie McCure dirty, just like they're trying to do Carmelo Hayes dirty and Jada Parker dirty on NXT. But it is what it is, man. I just had to put this out there. This is nothing but facts by itself. Why would you have Stephanie McCure eliminated Lash Legend at Evolution to become the number one contender for the Women's World Championship, but Stephanie McCure does not have a match at Clash in Paris? Show me how that makes sense. Anyway, like I said, WWE Clash in Paris was a decent show for what it was. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of WWE Clash in Paris. Was the show good, bad, pretty good, decent, or solid? Y'all let me know down below in the comment section. Everything what I just said in this video is nothing but facts by itself. Now that Becky Lynch has joined the Vision, and now Becky Lynch sees the Vision, I believe that Becky Lynch has joined the Vision. But I gotta say one more thing before I wrap this up. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks this way. We all miss AJ Lee. If AJ Lee comes back to the WWE, AJ Lee will get a huge pop from the crowd, and the crowd will go crazy. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my WWE Clash in Paris review and highlights. Make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 11K and the path to YouTube partner. Make sure you guys please watch the video for watch time hours. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE Raw review and highlights. This your boy B-Boy Snatch on TV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys in my upcoming world premiere for my WWE Clash in Paris review and highlights at 4 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.